Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is responding for the first time to an allegation of groping a reporter at an event nearly 2 decades ago. As Catherine Cullen tells us, the incident allegedly happened before Trudeau was an MP, but recently those reports resurfaced in the news.
I remember that day in Creston well. It was a foundation, Avalanche Foundation event to support avalanche safety. I had a good day that day. I don't remember any negative interactions that day at all. Reflecting very carefully on what I remember from that incident almost 20 years ago. And again, I am confident that I did not act inappropriately. If I apologized later, then it would be because I sensed that she was not entirely comfortable with the interaction we had. Like I said, I've been working very hard to try and piece it together, and even when the original editorial came out at the time, I was fairly confident, I was very confident that I hadn't acted in a way that I felt was in any way inappropriate.
He wants to know how the Prime Minister reconciles his past groping experience with his self-branding and bragging as a feminist. Should or would one cancel out the other, or can the two coexist in 2018?
I think first of all, we have to understand that there is a massive shift going on in our society, in our workplaces, and important conversations that are really, really long overdue. Understanding that someone can experience an interaction very differently from another person, and giving weight and credence and support to anyone who comes forward to share those stories and those experiences is extremely important.
So my question is...
Thank you for being here. Thank you for your courage.
So my question is to you, Mr. Prime Minister, what veterans were you talking about? You know, because you have ISIL or ISIS members coming into a reintegration program. You did a backdoor deal with Omar Khadr with not even stepping into the courtroom. You know, so again, my question is, what veterans were you talking about? Was it the ones that fought for the freedoms and values that you so proudly boast about, or was it the ones who fought against? Because honestly, Mr. Prime Minister, I was prepared to be injured in the line of duty when I joined the military. Nobody forced me to join the military. I was prepared to be killed in action. What I wasn't prepared for, Mr. Prime Minister, is Canada turning its back on me. So which veteran was it that you were talking about?
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your passion and your strength, and being here today to share this justifiable frustration and anger with me and with all of us here. Thank you for having the courage to stand here, and thank you for listening to my answer. On a couple of elements you brought up. First of all, why are we still fighting against certain veterans groups in court? Because they're asking for more than we are able to give right now. They are asking for more than we... Well, no, hang on. You're asking for honest answers.
And a day before the Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's proposed meeting with Prime Minister Narendra Modi, there's a major controversy that's erupted. An invitation to a convicted Khalistani terrorist to an event to honor the Canadian Prime Minister has sent shockwaves. The convicted Khalistani terrorist, there you see that man on your television screen, Jaspal Atwal. He was photographed with the Canadian Prime Minister's wife Sophie at an event in Mumbai. India today has obtained a copy of that invite issued to Atwal, which now, according to the Canadian High Commission, stands cancelled after the outrage.
I can understand Canadians' concerns about the settlement. In fact, I share those concerns about the money. That's why
we settled. If we had continued to fight this, not only would we have inevitably lost, but estimates range from $30 to $40 million that it would have ended up costing the government. So this was the responsible path to take.
Justin Trudeau now becomes the first Prime Minister to break Canada's federal ethics laws.
I take full responsibility for this. This was a family vacation that I am responsible for, and I take responsibility.
Would that not have occurred to you, with all due respect? You were going to take a free holiday from someone you consider a friend. How could it not have occurred to you that that might not have been okay?
No. The fact is, we work sorry, let me just try to reorder the thoughts. We worked with the lobby conflict of interest commissioner on a regular basis on a broad range of issues when the issues come up. On this issue of a family vacation with a personal friend, it wasn't considered that there would be an issue there. Obviously, there was a mistake. You didn't say to yourself,
this is not maybe the best thing to do? You never
the
thought
Aga
that?
Khan is someone who has been a longtime friend of my family's, a friend of mine, a friend to Canada as well. And for me to look for a place to have a quiet vacation where I can have quality family time is something we all look for with our families.
After a year-long investigation, Ethics Commissioner Mary Dawson found the Prime Minister broke 4 rules by staying on the Aga Khan's private island in the Bahamas, by taking his private helicopter to get there, by holding private meetings about the Aga Khan's endowment fund, and by failing to protect himself from a potential conflict of interest.